Hi. How do we start? Right. If you want to talk about authenticity, that AI is taking away authenticity from humanity, my take is your video has to be like this. Unscripted, unedited, unfiltered. So you just end up with a sadly overweight 57, nearly 57-year-old man with nothing to make it look like it's enhanced in any way whatsoever. Because pretty much every piece of software you use now is going to have AI in there somewhere. And so people talk about authenticity and then they kind of think, but I'm going to play around at the edges. I'm going to use this bit of software to tighten my video, make my video better. But if you're going to be really honest, and that's what I'm hoping this is, a genuinely honest conversation about AI and authenticity, you have to strive to make it as authentic as possible. Which means that you're going to have to hoof it like I am doing at this precise moment. But there's a bigger issue here, which is this is where we want AI to come to bring us to. Not here, obviously, not here, but this state. AI used to its optimal version, or to use AI in its optimal state, is to bring us to a point where humans are able to communicate with other human beings in an authentic, natural, genuinely human-to-human way, with AI having taken the burden of all the other tasks that we are forced to go through, that we have to do, the things we have to do in order to survive, in order for us to reach those points of the things we like to do. And the things we like to do are primarily around hanging out with other humans, or at least impressing other humans, or communing with other humans. And this is where we want AI to be. So having a glorified Star Trek backdrop, or showing all the wonderful, amazing things that you can show off on YouTube or wherever with what AI can do, it's very similar to when the printing press was first invented. For the first 50 years, this period we call the incunabulum, almost everything that was produced was a replica of what came before. So it didn't suddenly start churning out novels and new forms of pamphlets and literature, etc. It was pretty much copying, the most famous being the Gutenberg Bibles. The Gutenberg Bibles were absolute replicas of the manuscripts that came before, because that's what people knew. And the vast majority of things that we're currently deploying AI, especially generative AI, is just doing things slightly faster, better, a little bit weirder than what we could do before with some time and effort. And that's where most of us are caught up. We're absolutely caught up in this idea that we are transferring our way of looking at the world prior to AI in this new world that has AI in it. In the same way that after the printing press, people were just transferring, they just saw it as it's just going to be able to do better, faster manuscripts. And that wasn't the case. And this is the point. So this is what most people, our mindsets are arguing around this at the moment. So that authenticity is this. The authenticity is just people without filters, without any forms of AI getting in the way, communicating with one another. Hopefully, like we're doing at this moment now. That's where AI should be heading, and that's what we should be putting for. And it's weird because I am the most passionate advocate, not necessarily just for AI, because for me, the scales have fallen from my eyes, and I realise that this is the printing press 10x'd in the exponentiality of it. And 2026, if 2025 was anything to go by, where AI is by this time next year, December 2026, is going to make 2025 pale in comparison. So it becomes even more urgent and even more on us to be prepared for what that world is going to be like. But we can shape it. But if we're shaping it in a us versus them, you're in a similar mindset of us versus the printing press. And look how that turned out. Our entire society for the last 600 years has been founded on the printer scene, as we call it, the printing press and the way that it communicates information. So that's what this channel is going to be concentrating on in 2026, is this great shift, this great transformation. But I'm going to strive, obviously, I can't bang on about AI and not use the tools, but when it comes to communicating with you directly, with the honest authenticity of the big picture, then it will be like this, unfiltered, for good or bad. Mostly for bad, aesthetically, but hopefully for good, intellectually, when I'm talking to your mind and get past the physical bit. I look forward to a very interesting 2026 with you.